everyone, welcome back. Today I am talking through some of my favorite eyeshadow colors for blue eyes. Before we jump in, I just want to give a special welcome to anyone who's new to my channel. Hi, I'm Morgan. I focus a lot of my content on my channel on educational, informed consumerism. I have a relatively small makeup collection and I really enjoy using what I own to its fullest potential. If any of that sounds interesting to you, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go today. And now let's go ahead and jump into the 4 eyeshadow shades that I think are particularly flattering on blue eyes. First, I just want to clear the air and say, by no means do I think that these 4 colors I'm sharing today are the only 4 colors that you should wear if you have blue eyes, or any eye color for that matter. Makeup is supposed to be fun, so absolutely you should wear whatever makeup makes you feel confident and happy and that you love applying. So now that that's out of the way, I want to do just like a really super speedy intro to color theory. So I'm going to pop a picture of the color wheel here on the screen, and the idea of color theory is that colors that are directly across from each other on the color wheel will make each other stand out stronger. So across from blue, we have orange. And essentially that means anything really warm toned, orangey toned makes blue colors look more vibrant. Now, kind of in the opposite realm of thinking, colors that are similar to a color will also help to bring out their features by enhancing it. So you may notice that if you wear a shirt that's the same color as your eyes, for example, like I'm doing today, I have a blue shirt on, that can also help to bring out those features more, make them stand out by kind of increasing the prevalence of that color. Picking the right undertones and tones within those categories is key, and that's what I am hoping to help with in this video. Now, I want this video to be as useful as possible to as many people as possible, so I'm kind of working in a quadrant here. So I'll pop a little picture of the quadrant in my mind on the screen as well as I talk through it. In this video, I'm going to provide cool and warm tone options as well as colorful and neutral options. So that means there will be one color in each of these little quadrants here that I personally think is most flattering to blue eyes. So first up is that neutral cool category, and that is what's on my eyes today. This eyeshadow look is created using cool tone taupey grays, and that's really a super specific category that I have found I love on my particular eyes. To create this look today, I used single eyeshadows from a company called Sydney Grace. So I have a nice kind of like gray brown here. It's not a full gray, it's definitely just like a cool toned brown, and I put that all through my crease, and then I went in with the shade Tiara all over my lids. Now this shade is really special for blue eyes. It is cool toned, but it's not completely like a steely gray. It has a little bit of taupe in it, and that tiny bit of warmth I personally think is really flattering on blue eyes. Another palette in my collection that might be more up your alley if you really truly like grays and strong cool tone silvers is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. This has a true gray shadow, and then this shade Cyborg here could give you the same look if you use these 2 shades together. It's just that Cyborg is much more silver, like a true silver. And so personally, for me, I prefer the softness of the taupe that I have on my eyes, but if you love silvers, this palette would be a great choice as well. And really quickly, I'm just gonna run the footage from creating this eyeshadow look. It's essentially the steps that I use for every eyeshadow look I create. So I'm only gonna show you the steps for this first look. And then for the 3 looks after this, just know that I essentially used an exact same process. So I'm blending that matte shade Speedway in my crease, as well as patting it on the outer corner of my eye for some depth. Then I'm just blending the edges to make sure there are no harsh lines, and patting the star of the show, that shade Tiara, all over the lids. I put the matte shade below my eyes as well, added a nice thin line of liquid black liner and some mascara, and this is the finished look. Alrighty, so sticking with the cool tone theme, we're gonna move down the matrix into the cool, colorful realm. My absolute favorite cool tone, colorful shade for blue eyes is a good mauve. So if you remember that color wheel, purple is just kind of right next to blue, and getting a little bit of those purple tones on your eyes really helps to emphasize the coolness of your blue toned eyes. Now, my particular blue eyes pull just a little bit green. So if I wear a very green shirt, they can look more green than blue, and green eyes are also extremely enhanced by purple tones. So this works super well for my particular type of blue eyes. But I also love mauves on people who have blue eyes that are more similar to my shirt, more of that like icy blue, gray blue. Absolutely looks stunning with mauves. And my favorite user-friendly, very easy condensed eyeshadow palette for mauves is the Aether Beauty Mini Ametrine Crystal Palette. For this look, I put the mauve shade up in the corner through my crease, and then I tapped this kind of mauvey rose gold. You can see it's not too much of like an orangey rose gold. It really is more of that cool toned rose gold, and I put that all over my lid. And I love how this look turns out with my blue eyes. I think it really emphasizes them while still adding a little pop of color and excitement to my eye look. Moving back up into the neutral category, we're gonna do a warm neutral shade. So if you remember when I was talking about the color wheel, things in that orangey realm are gonna really strongly highlight your blue eyes. I love those orangey tone, kind of coppery neutrals on myself because they really make my blue eyes stand out, and I'm talking a ton. This is definitely the look that I gravitate towards for kind of like an everyday vibe, just because I know that it's quick, it's easy, and it's going to look incredible every time. And because it's my go-to, I have a few different palette recommendations. But first I'll talk through what I'm wearing in the actual look I'm showcasing. So I'm using the Natasha Denona Mini Nude palette, and I use this nice warm orangey shade through my crease. I do deepen up my outer corner with this dark brown a little bit just because I wanted more of a smoky, blown out look. And then I go in with this nice coppery, fiery, orangey shade all over my lids. A more affordable alternative to that Natasha Denona palette is the e.l.f. Bite Size palette in the shade Pumpkin Pie. So this is a really beautiful, nice, warm crease color, and then either of these all over the lid will really emphasize blue eyes. And then if you know you love those coppery, warm colors on yourself, I would highly recommend looking into a larger palette with those tones so that you have some variety, but you know that every single one of those shades is going to be flattering on you. My top recommendation for this from my own collection is the Alter Ego Canyon palette. So you can see this is just chock full of those warm, toasty, orangey shades that are going to be super flattering for your blue eyes. This is a dupe for the Natasha Denona bronze palette. So if you prefer to buy the original, the bronze palette is where to go for that. Last but certainly not least, we have the warm, colorful category in the little matrix that I showed. And my absolute favorite color in this category for blue eyes is peach. Especially because it's spring right now, I just am gravitating towards this color so much, and every time I wear it, I'm shocked by how much my blue eyes stand out. Now, my favorite recommendation for these peachy tones is the Ofra Sweet Dreams palette. So I love both of these matte shades with my blue eyes so much. So I actually have this shade on my inner lid and this shade on my outer lid. They really make my eyes pop, and these colors feel like fun and colorful and springy to me. They still feel very like grounded and relatively neutral, but still being just a little bit more fun. So that is it. Those are my 4 recommendations for colors that will enhance your blue eyes. I hope this video was helpful for you today, and if it was, please consider subscribing before you go today, leaving me a comment down below to let me know what your favorite color is for your blue eyes, and liking this video before you head out. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.